CBS Sports with Rick Hoffagan and Tom Columbine.
What an excellent play by the Buccaneers. This is one scenario where going on fourth down really brings some advantages.
Excellent play indeed, Rick. The Washington Peace Love and Equality for All football team is going to have to make a hell of a comeback. And now to our token female sportscaster, Maria. What's your assessment of the game so far?
He caught the ball using his athleticism in the sport of football, in the stadium, on the field. Back to you, Tom.
Thanks, Maria. Looking forward to seeing you back at the Marriott later.
And after the game, we'll be sure to tune into the 2024 presidential election debate between Kamala Harris, the Virgin Mary for beta males, and Donald Trump, the poster boy for controlled opposition. It should be very intellectual and productive.
Thank you for joining us tonight here at CNN, Mr. Trump and Mrs. Harris. Before we proceed, I just want to let the audience know that none of the questions have been shared beforehand with any of the men on stage. We're joined here tonight by those in favor of Donald Trump, garnering unwavering support from a large percentage of the country, and those in favor of Mrs. Harris, whose only support lies from the Cucks for Kamala clan and people who like their HR director and high school principal. We ask both sides to be courteous to one another and keep your anti-Semitic slurs to a minimum. Our first question tonight goes to Kamala, which is, how do you pronounce your name?
They call her Kabbalah Kamala because she works for the cabal and everybody knows it.
Firstly, I just want to say what an honor it is for me and all of my multiple personalities to be here. And secondly, I know Mr. Trump would have a hard time pronouncing my name anyway because of his palpable hatred for black people.
And thirdly, it's funny you say that. I'm actually more black than Kamala, quite frankly. The J in Donald J. Trump actually stands for Jamarcus.
How about we proceed into more substantive subject matter, and let's discuss what voters say their number one issue is. January 6th. And of course, after January 6th, the issue most important to struggling Americans is our involvement in the Middle East. Mrs. Harris, how do you plan on resolving the conflict in the Middle East? And Mr. Trump, how do you plan on resolving the conflict in the Middle East, other than stoking it?
I will do everything I can do in my power as president to guarantee that hostages in the Middle East have access to abortions.
Speaking of, let's talk about the issue that's most important to women in the United States. The ability for them to kill their own children.
We all know women killing babies is founded in the Constitution under the Second Amendment.
You know, Kamala, that's simply not true.
He wants women to die. I just want to let the American people know that I will always be in favor of a woman's right to choose.
I do have some news for both candidates. During the course of our last discussion, you've both received major endorsements. Mrs. Harris, you have been endorsed by Moloch. And Mr. Trump, you have received an endorsement from Joe Rogan.
Shit.
Oh, and Jeffrey Epstein.
Fuck.
See, folks? Do you really want that kind of man leading the Oval Office? Ladies, do you not think it's time we finally have a woman in charge? With female leadership, we can all live in a world where any man can get married and lose everything he's ever had to work for. Any man can be wrongfully convicted of sexual assault without any evidence or credibility whatsoever. Any man can lose custody of their children, or have to pay thousands of dollars in alimony even if they don't have children. Any man can be forced to work with a woman because she was shoehorned into the workforce. Any man can lose credit for something he invented because us women can make history by rewriting it. Any man's life will be significantly worse along with our own under female leadership. Is this not a world you want to live in?
Now we'll be taking some questions from undecided voters. Our first caller on the line, Mark Cuban.
Hi, thanks for having me on. My first question goes to Mr. Trump. Fuck you! You fucking piece of shit! Fuck you! I hope you die!
And your second question, Mark?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. And our second phone call goes to Mrs. Harris.
Hi, Miss Harris. My name is Caitlin. I really don't want to vote for you because of some policy disagreements, but at the same time, us girls gotta stick together, you know?
Of course, girl. And unlike President Trump, I support transgender rights.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying that it's important to me to recognize.
But I'm a woman, so why would you say that?
I just.
You know, if I was a transgender person, I'd start crying right now because you assumed I was trans.
But you sound like you're crying right now.
I'm not crying because I'm transgender. I'm crying because I'm a woman. Do you even support transgender rights?
Of course. My running mate already said he was friends with school shooters.
We're almost out of time, so both candidates should begin to make their final remarks. Mr. Trump, why should the American people elect you to the commander-in-chief again?
Listen, if I'm reelected president, I will let everyone who voted for me get 15 minutes alone with Sydney Sweeney.
And Mrs. Harris, why should the American people elect you to the horrid chief?
You may think I'm a slut, or a whore, or a floozy, or a skank, or a dried-up cum depository. But if you vote for me, we won't have to rig the election this time.
All right, folks, that concludes the debate. The American people have spoken, and the polls are in. The winner of the United States presidential election is Israel. Oh, my producers are telling me to say that I'm just kidding. The real winner is Donald Jamarcus Trump.
Well, Donald, you won the election fair and square. Congratulations. I tried to rig it like Joe did, but that's just the kind of job you do when you're a DEI hire.
I appreciate it, Kamala. I'm looking forward to working with the Democratic Party for many more assassination attempts to come.
Thank you, Donald. Thanks to you, I got a chance to show the American people that women are actually good for something other than sex, which is making fools out of themselves on national television.
And now on the line again, Mark Cuban.
I just want to congratulate President Trump on his victory. I've been a supporter the whole way through.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. God bless America, and God bless Israel. I was kidding, BB. Just put the gun down.